Hello, I'm Mystic Orange and this is video hashtag 607. So in this video, I'll be reviewing Winx Club Season 4 Episode 4. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and let's get into this video. So in this review, we will be reviewing the Nickelodeon version this time. So the episode starts off with the Wizard of the Black Circle wreaking havoc in Gardenia. Even though I find season 4 low in quality in comparison to the first 3 seasons, I do like the Wizard of the Black Circle. I think they're really cool. However, I would have loved it if the Wizard of the Black Circle had like certain powers and not just like, speed or like causing earthquakes. I think they could have like elemental powers. Like, what if I give Ogron fire powers or Anagon wind powers? That would be really interesting. In the next scene, we see Techna playing some video games on the computer. She seems to enjoy the games that are on Earth. She seems to be interested by the internet from Earth. However, it's obviously not as great as the internet from the Magic Dimension, or as Tanner calls it, Magic Net. And from what we learn, it seems like Tegner has been interacting with people from the internet forums. This reminds me of the times where I would always interact with people in internet forums and on the computer. In the next part of the scene, Farragonda has a Zoom meeting with Bloom and Techna. I think this is a cool idea that Bloom and Techna and the Winx get to have Zoom meetings with Farragonda. This makes me think that future seasons could have been like this. Like in the future seasons, if the Winx girls lived in Magic somewhere in Magix, they could still continue with these missions and still contact with Farragonda. I just feel like they don't need to be in Althea all the time. So this is the way Blue and Techna and the Winx can, report back to Farragonda with things. Because at the end of the day, if Miss Farragonda is like their mentor, like this isn't just a Winx Club thing, but like any fiction, you will have like a mentor as like your main person who guides you. And for the Winx, that's Miss Farragonda. Like this makes me think of Power Rangers, where each season they will have like a mentor guiding the Power Rangers. So that's how I feel about Miss Farragonda, guiding the Winx girls. So Bloom and Techna report back to Miss Farragonda. They have an idea. They can give these toys or pets to these people. If people adopt these pets, they will able to believe in magics. In my opinion, I feel like this is a good theme to add for the show. Like, think back when you were a kid and you had a toy, did you not feel like there was like magic within you? I think there's something special about kids having toys as kids. At that point, you have a source of place where you can, share your emotions with. In the next part of the scene, we have Roxy and R2 sleeping, and Roxy has a dream. It's a bit like how Bloom would have dreams about Daphne. In the next part of the scene, Stella gives everyone uniforms, and I have to say, these look really cute. And I will talk about each and every one of them. Like, I love Bloom's jacket, it's so nice, like, with the blue and the pink, and I like her yellow shirt underneath. I do think it's aesthetically pleasing. I do think Musa's one is my least favorite one, though. I think her design is rather too simple. I would have liked some more details in her design. I love her ponytails, it suits her. And I don't mind Misa in feminine clothing, but I do miss Misa, wearing tomboy clothes like she did in the first 3 seasons. I think Stella's outfit is my second favorite. I love the combination of orange and green. It's my favorite color combination. And the pigtails suit her. It's just chef's kiss. But Techna's outfit is the best outfit, no contest. And I'm not biased because she's my favorite character. She's wearing the best outfit right here. Like the striped top and the jacket and the hat. Yes, this is fantastic. I feel like Stripe suits her personality, and I feel like she should wear hats more often. I also love the combination of all her colors, like the whites, the pinks, the purples, and the greens. Yes, she's just beautiful. She looks so classy and stylish. Also, Flora's Katia headbands are so cute. I do like Lila's hoodie, however, it's giving me Easter Bunny vibes. In the next part of the scene, we have the past dancing. You can call it cute. For me, it feels like a time waster. There doesn't seem to be enough customers coming through the pet shop. So Technet tried to improve the advertisement through the internet. Now people can collect toys from the internet. And people can now get their own fairy pets. For example, this girl collects this penguin from the internet. But forget her mother, she sucks. And because of this, things start improving. Everyone is getting fairy pets, and a lot of people are coming in to the shop. As we move some scenes along, we encounter a boy named Andy. He used to be Bloom's boyfriend in Gardenia, and I have to admit he is kind of hot. When I look at him, I think of like a K-pop band member. I think I like Andy. He reminds me of Jared from season 2. So this episode alone makes me prefer the Nick version over the Ray version. And I'm gonna tell you why. In the Nick version, Andy mentions that, Bloom used to be his girlfriend. However, in the Ray or the Cinnamon version, Andy mentions that, Bloom and Andy were about to be engaged. They were about to marry each other. I don't know what it is about this show marrying teenagers. We've had Diaspro and Sky marrying each other, and then Layla and Naboo marrying each other. It's as if that's the normal thing to do. Is this an Italian thing or a Romeo and Juliet thing? Let me know in the comments, because I just think it's weird how this show makes teens marry each other. In the next part of the scene, we have the specialists entering Gardenia. They used a portal to get here. Oh boy, this can't be a good news. Since the start of season 4, the specialists have done nothing but annoy me. And since I've seen season 4 before, I know what's going to happen. We're going to end up having annoying drama. But it's not here right now, so I won't mention it. But when it comes, I will rant about it. So as the specialists continue to walk on, people at the Gardenia Park stare at them. I think it's because they find their uniform unusual. So I guess they're gonna have to wear their casual outfits just to adjust to the Earth's environment. In the next part of the scene, we're at the Fruity Music Bar. Andy's band is performing tonight. His band members are Mark, who plays the guitar, and Rio, who plays the drums. In the next part of the scene, we have the specialist sitting at the dining table at the Fruity Music Bar. They're spying on the Winx girls. Why spy on them? Just go up and speak to them. What's wrong with that? Just surprise them, like say this is like their break, and they wanted to see their girlfriends. Anyway, River thinks Musa is flirting with Mark. It didn't seem like Musa was flirting. She just showed him how to play the guitar. So River overreacted a little bit here. However, we see Bloom kissing Andy. That's kind of questionable. Is it unfaithful? Is Bloom cheating with Andy? Is that the right thing to do? Why would you randomly kiss Andy? So maybe Sky's anger is kind of justified here. Because what explanation does Bloom have here? Bloom kissed Andy, her ex. Like, is that okay thing to do? And okay, if it's just like a guy friend, you're not dating each other, would it be okay to kiss them? So at the table, the whiskers, get their food and drink from the fruity music bar. All they're getting is some fruit smoothies and some ice cream. And Flora seems to have some fruit salad. I hope they orders other things too, like maybe some cooked food, maybe pizza or tacos, because these things don't look like they'll fill you up. And let's be real here, the fruit smoothies is like they're basically alcohol. I know they're telling us that these are fruit smoothies, but we know you, Rainbow. We can see you. It's you're selling alcohol in disguise. Anyway, we do see the owner of this fruity music bar, who seems to be Roxy's father. His name is Klaus. In the Nick version, he is called Rick. I guess Focus isn't the only dub that changes people's names, which I don't mind. The Winx sends the signal from the Last Earth ferry again. It's coming from Roxy, however, it made it look like it was coming from a random girl. So the Winx suspected that girl was the last fairy on Earth. However, the Winx aren't the only one who thought that girl was the last fairy on Earth. The Wizard of the Black Circle thought so as well. The wizard tried to kidnap the girl, however, the Winx girls tried to use enchantix to save her. But because they got the wrong person, the portal rejected this girl. However, Ogra makes a confusing statement. He says that this is why he left Bloom all alone in Althea, so she can lead him right to the Earth Fairy. I guess the Tree of Life, mentioned, the last fairy on Earth being in Gardenia. Okay, but why couldn't Ogron not find that out himself? Also, how did he know that? Did he like have a crystal ball or something? Did he watch Bloom over? And then Ogron gets frustrated and wants to know where the last Earth fairy is, and wants to know this from the Winx girls. But if he knew something, he would also know that the Winx are also looking for the last Earth fairy, so they can protect her. Like, he should know that they don't know where she is. But at least the Winx should communicate that with the wizards, but they did not do that. There's lack of communication in general with the Winx girls. So anyways, the Wizard of the Black Circle and Winx Club battle it out. However, the Winx girls can't manage to fight them. Ogron in particular keeps absorbing their powers and redirects their abilities. I get that, he absorbs the Winx's powers, but I feel like this is a boring way to fight back. I feel like the Winx girls and the Wizard of the Black Circle could have had an even playing field. But in this fight, it seems like the Winx girls are purposely getting lost. However, the specialists come in to save the Winx's day. However, even they can't hold off the Wizard of the Black Circle. We understand that they can't absorb the specialist powers because, they don't use magic, but they can't hold the wizards on their own. Like, it wouldn't stop Ogron to attack someone like Timmy or Brandon. And I guess Nabu would also be weak to this because he also uses magic. Wouldn't Ogron not, absorb Nabu's power? Okay, here it comes. This stupid argument that I really hate. And yes, I'm gonna rip through this stupid argument. So after the wizards leave, the specialists and the whiskers reunite. Sky and Bloom hug it out with each other. They're great to see each other. But suddenly, Bloom is reasonably angry towards Sky for helping them out. That I think is so stupid. First of all, Sky asks, "Are you not happy to see them?" Well, are you, Bloom? Are you the Wings girls? It seems like you're not happy to see them. I thought you wanted to see them. Well, here you go. I feel like Sky and the specialist need to lay out to the Wings girls that Miss Farragonda have addressed them to do this. And also, even if Miss Farragonda, didn't tell them to help the Wings out, they're still allowed to help the Wings out whenever they can. And what does Bloom say? Like, she thinks that Sky and the specialists don't trust them. Why wouldn't they trust you? They're just going to help you. That's nothing about mistrusting you. I feel like Bloom is making assumptions about the specialists without any evidence backing it up. And why get offended by this? The Wings should know that the Wizard of the Black Circle keeps absorbing their powers and they keep getting stronger from every attack. They need the specialists who don't use magic. That needs to be explained to towards them. Why are they getting butthurt about this? If Sky and the specialists weren't gonna help the Wings girls out, what would the Wings girls gonna do? They need someone in the club that doesn't, get their powers absorbed. But I wonder if Flora powers would be effective because she doesn't use magic really. Like she creates vines, so I wonder how Ogron would absorb her powers. Also, Layla uses morphics. Shouldn't she use I don't know, a wrecking ball to smack Ogron? How would Ogron absorb her powers? But then this argument leads to another stupid argument. No thanks to Riven anyway. I feel like Riven adds to this drama for no reason. He has to bring up the fact about, Andy and the band. And obviously it's him who's addressing it because he's jealous of Musa, hanging out with Mark and the others. Even though there's no sign of Musa flirting with these band members. Also, Sky needs to man up and say what he thinks. Bloom kissed Andy and he needs to bring that up. We're not gonna deny Bloom's actions here, she did that. I feel like Bloom is gaslighting Sky here. Things like saying, "Oh, I thought you knew me by now." Just have good communication and explain what you have seen. And then Bloom is kind of annoyed at them for spying on them. Yeah, the specialist, you didn't need to spy on the girls to do this. You could have walked right up to them. All they just need to do is sit down, relax, have some water, and just talk everything out. And then the episode ends. Kind of a terrible way to end the episode. I did not enjoy the ending whatsoever. It's time to give my summary for this episode. And, I'm going to start off by talking about my least favorite of this episode. And, it's kind of obvious. It's the stupid drama in the end of this episode. That was a terrible way to end the episode. I can't believe I had to go through that. However, my favorite thing about this episode, I guess, is Andy. I did like him. His introduction was nice, and he seems like a nice person. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and have a lovely day.